Welcome. No. Can you hear me? No.
Nope.
You can hear it kick on or something. Testing? No. Hello? There we go. Welcome, everyone. Nope. I thought it was. Okay. Welcome, everyone. I think we're live now. All right. It's 7:01 p.m. on Wednesday, February 7th, 2024. This is a Tooele City Council business meeting. It's being held at Tooele City Hall in the council chambers located at 90 North Main Street in Tooele, Utah. This is also being broadcast on the Tooele City YouTube channel. We will start with the Pledge of Allegiance. If you'll please rise and repeat after me.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Our second item is a roll call. Councilwoman Manzione.
Present.
Councilwoman Gochis.
Present.
Councilman Hanson.
Present.
Councilman McCall.
Present.
I'm Councilman Brady. I'm also present. We'll move on to our third item, which is the State of the City Address, and we'll turn the time over to Mayor Debbie Wynn.
Good evening, everyone. Tooele City Council, department heads, staff, and residents of Tooele City. I appreciate this opportunity to share with you the many improvements that we have made in our city the past few years, and also the challenges that we face in the future. City administration and council have a responsibility to develop and preserve a sense of community and pride. People like to belong. Everyone needs a place to be from and a place to go home to. To recognize the 170th birthday of our city, we commissioned world-renowned folk artist Eric Dowdle to produce a painting of Tooele City. This beautiful artwork hangs in the entrance to City Hall. Puzzles of the painting were made and sold to the public to remind us of our past and the future of Tooele City. The puzzle creates a keepsake and an opportunity to create memories for our residents as they sit down together and reminisce. Every employee of each department of this city is important. Many of these people work behind the scenes, but their work is essential in providing services to our residents. Our finance department received a clean audit report for the financial records of the city, which demonstrates their ability to follow all laws and regulations. The priority of our IT department is to ensure that the services we provide remain safe and secure from digital threats and keep our data safe and secure. The Human Resources Department provides a capable and competent workforce to serve our citizens. They oversee all aspects of employment and payroll. The Attorney's Office brought more than 150 resolutions and ordinances to the City Council, and our two assistant city attorneys handled more than 1,500 criminal cases in the last 12 months. The City Recorder's Office has been instrumental in providing a live stream of our City Council meetings on our new YouTube channel in an effort to encourage more community participation in local government and to provide transparency. Their office processed 178 grammar requests last year, and they scanned and filed hundreds of documents, including contracts, resolutions, ordinances, deeds, and other important papers so that they are easily accessible. Thank you to all of our support staff in every department. The city could not provide the services to our residents if it were not for our exceptional staff. Tooele City recently launched our new and improved website. The site now provides greater ease in finding information, additional transparency, and a more interactive functionality for our residents. You are now able to navigate on your mobile phones and your devices with ease. Economic development. These efforts have continued to yield new job creation and increase revenue. Lettner Poma, a facility that will manufacture ski industry products, is under construction at the Tooele Business Park, and they will add 100 new employees. Central States Manufacturing, an employee stock option employer, will construct a metal roofing component manufacturing facility at the Peterson Industrial Depot, creating 90 new high-paying jobs. Minova, a company specializing in mining equipment and technology, have also chosen to locate in Tooele City, and they will create 70 new jobs. 2 new hotels are under construction, and they will add 178 additional rooms for our visitors. Other buildings that are nearly complete include Burt Brothers Tires, Napa Auto Parts, Ford Performance Racing, and the new Salt Flats Sports and Fitness Building, which is located next to Christensen and Griffith at the west end of Vine Street. We have received building permit applications for several businesses at the 1000 North Main location, and we are looking forward to progress on that site in the spring. Tooele City currently has over 2,000 business licenses issued in our city. We saw an increase in licenses this year, 180 new home-based businesses and 99 new commercial businesses. We continue to work with the Utah Main Street Program to secure grant funding for improvements in the downtown area. In March of 2023, a National Historic District was approved for downtown Tooele City, which will allow property owners to apply for historic rehabilitation tax credits to improve their properties. Just a few short weeks ago, the City Council approved a landmark ordinance where buildings in Tooele City can be designated as a historic landmark and preserve it permanently. With the recent donation of the Ritz Theater by Aaron Peterson to the Tooele City Arts Council, this new ordinance will help to preserve this important part of Tooele's history. We have recently completed a grant-funded study of the Broadway Newtown area, which includes our Tooele Valley Museum. We will continue to make improvements at the museum and encourage visitors to the site to enjoy the history of our city. Tooele City's redevelopment agency efforts have proven to be highly successful in the past 6 years. With the recent sale of property owned by the RDA and the recruitment of new businesses, the RDA is able to pay off the entire bond debt that was acquired many years ago to fund the Tooele Technical College and several road and infrastructure projects. The Technical College has been a great asset to training individuals who are needed to fill the local job opportunities. They have already outgrown their facility, and they are in the process of expanding their space to nearly double what it is today. We will continue our efforts to expand business in our city, to increase property tax and sales tax revenues to help offset the financial burden of our citizens. I'm sure that you will all agree that the library is a vital part of our community and adds to the quality of life. We currently have 11,987 active card holders, which is an increase of 1,485 new cards that were issued in 2023. Public computers were used over 19,000 times, and 14,700 people visited the library, and they borrowed over 262,000 items. We continue to see strong growth and high activity in the construction of new housing units in our city. In 2023, the Building Division issued permits for 470 new single-family homes, and our inspectors performed over 7,500 inspections. Planning efforts for our community are a constant and consistent effort between city staff, the Planning Commission, and the City Council, who are all working very hard to provide guidance for the future of our community. We will do our very best to manage the growth and respond appropriately to the annual changes in law by the Utah State Legislature that require growth to continue. Water is one of the most important and life-sustaining resources essential to the welfare of Tooele City citizens. It is easy to take for granted this important resource as we turn on our faucets and receive clean water without thinking twice about the important work of our water department staff. They work tirelessly to protect our water resources and ensure that our drinking water meets the highest standards. The Red Del Papa well and pump house are now completed, and this water will be implemented into our system in the next few months. The 1 million gallon storage tank near the Barra well has been completed, and we expect the pump house to be up and running by the summer. We will continue our efforts to inform and encourage residents to conserve water. Our city engineer and public works director continually search for viable well sites, and we expect to begin test wells in the next few months. This past year, we have completed an enormous task of fencing and protecting our well sites. We have recently received 9 generators, which will provide a backup power source in providing and pumping water in case of a power outage. This important project was funded through a $980,000 state grant. The Water Reclamation Division, or the wastewater treatment plant, has begun construction of the new Headworks facility in order to increase productivity and to replace aging equipment and infrastructure. This $8 million facility was funded through proceeds from the American Rescue Plan Act, impact fees, and sewer enterprise funds. Final completion of this facility is expected by the end of this year. But our challenge for the future will be to secure the funding needed to make repairs on the 20-year-old facility and increase capacity as our city grows. The Streets Division has implemented a tree trimming schedule for the park strips in areas where the trees are overgrown and they impede the access for our fire trucks, garbage trucks, and the street sweeper to properly respond to the needs of our residents. Several road projects were completed this year, including portions of North 7th Street, 1220 South, Lisa Way, and Clifford Drive. Each of these projects also included new culinary water lines and storm drain replacements. Stormwater improvements were also made to Southwest Drive. Road maintenance and striping will be added to the schedule this year, along with road widening and improvement projects. Tooele City was awarded a $2.1 million grant to complete a road widening and walking trail project on Drew Bay Road between Vine Street and Smelter Road. This project is out to bid and is expected to begin construction in the early spring. Tooele City implemented a 50-50 sidewalk program in January of 2022 to work with property owners to replace damaged sidewalks for the safety of pedestrians and for improved neighborhood appearance. We recently installed a large section of sidewalk on West Vine Street to provide a safe route to school for hundreds of students. This project was 100% grant funded. I am extremely proud and grateful to the men and women who serve as Tooele City police officers. They are well-trained men and women who put their lives on the line each time they begin their shift. They respond to extremely difficult situations every day to protect the lives and safety of our citizens. During the last 12 months, our officers were dispatched to 17,570 calls. That is an average of 48 calls per day. Traffic accidents increased from 546 in 2022 to 631 in 2023. Written citations also increased to 3,772, which is up 49% from the previous year. Adult arrests increased by 8%, and juvenile arrests increased 39%. The police department received 4,420 grandma requests. That is up nearly 200% from last year. It takes a tremendous amount of staff time, not only for the police department, but the attorney's office, to respond to all of these requests. I am honored tonight to recognize 3 Tooele City police officers: Officer Andrew Wood, Officer Mike Madrid, and Sergeant Chris Thompson. Please stand. On Saturday, June the 3rd, 2023, these exceptional officers rescued a 12-year-old girl who was trapped in a sinking car in the Settlement Canyon Reservoir. Although the young girl was unconscious as she was pulled from the reservoir, these officers were able to revive her, and she has made a complete recovery. Please join me in expressing our thanks to these heroes. I would like to take this opportunity to extend my deep appreciation to all first responders in Tooele City who diligently and courageously serve our community every day. They are all heroes in every sense of the word. Not all calls have a happy ending. In the past year, these brave individuals have experienced 2 tragic accidents that resulted in the untimely death of 2 young men. Many individuals experienced the chaos and the trauma on November 3rd as a runaway truck coming down Main Street resulted in many personal injuries, the destruction of numerous vehicles, and a fire and damage to the Tooele Motor Company building. Let us continue to support and pray for those who are injured, our first responders, and the many volunteers on the street who assisted with the injuries that day. We have another group of heroes in our community that I am extremely proud of. The Tooele City Volunteer Fire Department is one of a kind for the state of Utah. There is no other municipality of our size that is still operated through volunteer firefighters. Our 55-member team of volunteers respond 24/7, 365 days a year to fire calls, alarms, vehicle accidents, and other emergency calls. They were dispatched and responded to 481 calls in 2023. These men and women train on a weekly basis, and many have completed certifications for firefighter 1 and 2, as well as instructor and officer training certifications, all on their own time. I would like to introduce to you the two longest serving active firefighters who are currently serving on our department, John Kerwin and Ron Baum. Please. Stay standing for a few minutes. I'm going to talk about you. John is a past fire chief, and he is a current battalion chief of the department. And he has been responding to fires for over 43 years. Ron has been active on the department for over 40 years and has been the heart and soul of the fire prevention program for school children his entire firefighter career. So please join me in thanking John and Ron for their many years of service, and also I would like to express my thanks to all of the members of the fire department who serve unselfishly while risking their own lives in the service of their fellow man. As you can see, most of them are over there in the corner, so let's show our appreciation. Thank you. In August of 2023, a memorial was placed at the Dow James Building to honor and remember Danny James and Lauren Dow, two residents of our city who lost their lives while fighting a wildland fire near Stockton in 1975. The memorial was funded by generous donations from the community. I especially want to thank the members of the fire department that put forth their time and effort to complete the concrete work in preparation for the placement of the memorial. This memorial will stand as a tribute to remember all who serve as our first responders. We were excited to break ground last October to begin construction of Fire Station Number 3. The building is expected to be completed by the end of the year. This new facility will enable our firefighters to respond efficiently and swiftly to the north area of our city as well as the industrial depot. The building has been designed to accommodate the future needs of the department as our city continues to grow. We expect the completion of this building at the end of the year when a new fire truck may arrive. Our certified fire inspectors completed nearly 1,300 inspections in the past 18 months, reducing the fire risk for local businesses. Inspectors were able to inform and educate these businesses on the importance of fire safety, not only to protect their businesses, but the safety of their employees and their patrons. Recreation is a vital part of providing a quality of life. Tooele City maintains 15 park facilities which can be enjoyed by all residents and reserved for special occasions. Our community engagement division offers free family activities twice each month and opportunities to meet your neighbors through the year-round neighborhood block parties. Use of the Dow James Building offers indoor walking, basketball, pickleball, and is a great place for family gatherings. The former teen center located on 7th Street is now called the Tooele City Community Center. This facility can be reserved for family, neighborhood, or small group activities. Hopscotch, shuffleboard, foursquare, cornhole, Connect Four, checkers, and gaga ball, you'll have to look that one up, as well as roller skates and rollerblades. Scooters and small balance bikes are some of the many activities that are available at the center. Residents can even play a giant chess game that was donated by Rocky Mountain Power. We have completed the pavilion and restroom at the Wigwam Park and provided a trailhead for the new 3-mile Skyline Ridge Trail that was constructed by Tooele County. A new restroom and parking area has been completed at Settlers Park. We will continue to improve and provide the recreational facilities that are used extensively by youth recreation groups, and they are an essential part of our community. During 2023, Tooele City became a member of Tree City USA. This year, we will offer residents the opportunity to purchase trees at a discount rate, and we will continue to plant trees at our parks and the golf course. Established in 1949, the Ochre Hills Golf Course will celebrate their 75th birthday this year. This 18-hole course is known throughout Utah as one of the very best municipal courses statewide. The Pratt Aquatic Center celebrated their 20th anniversary in 2023. As part of this celebration, the lap pool was named in recognition of Mel Roberts to honor his many years of service at the pool. And I am thrilled to announce the completion of the second phase of the England Acres Park, as well as the 1-mile England Acres paved trail. This trail begins at the corner of Drew Bay and Smelter Road and continues along the FEMA Channel and through the park. The new amenities at the park include a fabulous new playground, pavilion with restrooms, additional parking, and finally, a dog park that will open in the spring. Plans are underway to complete the remaining areas of the park, which will include a basketball court that is being built in memory of Jaden Davis. We are working with his family on this project as a way to honor Jaden and keep his memory alive. Our thoughts and prayers continue to be with his family. People are what makes a community. I am proud of the many volunteers who give of their time and talent to serve others. Each month during our city council meetings, we recognize those who serve our community with the Mayor's Community Recognition Award. This evening, I would like to recognize Mr. Fred Barker. Fred is a veteran of the U.S. Army. He has walked in nearly every Tooele City 4th of July parade that I can remember, and that's a lot. He also participates in every military honor guard ceremony that is held at the Tooele City Cemetery. He displays his military collection at the annual Memorial Day and Veterans Day ceremonies. Please join me in thanking Fred, all of our volunteers, and especially our veterans who are in our community who continue to serve others.
I've been an honored guard since 1965. I'm still on it.
You are awesome. Collaborations, partnerships, and working together as a team is the only way to accomplish great things. I am grateful for this opportunity to work with the City Council and our tremendous staff. I am proud of each employee, and I thank them for their commitment to make our city better. The council members and I continue our commitment to being transparent and accountable. We are committed to making our community a place that residents can be proud of. Residents of our city can be proud of our history. We recognize and honor the diversity of our residents. Whether your grandparents lived in Tooele City or whether you're a first-time resident, you are an important part of our community. Tooele City, a hometown to be proud of. I hope that each of you will feel as I do about our city and take pride in where you live. I am honored to serve as your mayor, and I thank you for your support in my efforts to continue serving this city that I am proud of. I'm blessed to work with dedicated employees who understand the importance of public service. May God continue to bless our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Nguyen. That was excellent. We'll move on to our next item, which is the Mayor's Youth Recognition Awards. We will turn the time back to Mayor Nguyen.
Thank you, Chairman and Council. And now to get to the important part of the evening right here. This is the part of our City Council meeting where we recognize the youth in our community and the great things that they do. So the first person receiving the Mayor's Youth Recognition Award tonight, and I forgot, I've got to have my chief come up here. Chief Day, he's going to come help me give out these awards tonight. All right, the Mayor's Youth Recognition Award tonight is given to Emmanuel Razzo. Emmanuel, come on up. Okay, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Emmanuel. Emmanuel was nominated by Cassandra Stanley with St. Marguerite Catholic Church. Emmanuel is always looking to build up those around him. He will constantly look for ways to help his teacher around the classroom and has become a great support to her and to his peers. Emmanuel has a kind heart and is very service-oriented. He is a valuable part of the classroom and the school. He is a friend to everyone, but especially to those who need a friend the most. When he sees a student who is sad or alone, he will always try to include them. Emmanuel has a very generous and loving spirit. Congratulations, Emmanuel. Okay, now you see, that's how they achieve these awards. Such great people. Our second award tonight goes to Gage Dusnup. Gage, will you please come up? All right, let me tell you all about Gage. Gage was nominated by Emily Lydiard from West Elementary School. I've heard West is the best. Is that true? West is the best, yep. He's very kind to everyone. He always does small things to help out. Gage is the first to volunteer if someone needs help, and he never expects a reward in return. He helps because he sees someone in need. Gage never gives up and keeps trying, even when the task is difficult. Gage is incredibly sweet. If he sees that someone is sad or upset, he tries to make them smile. He is always smiling and happy. Gage is a great friend to everyone. Congratulations, Gage. All right. To all of you that are here to see these young men receive this award, thank you for taking the time to be here. To support them. I know that we can learn a lot from them. Hearing that they are kind, they're sweet, they smile. That is very, very important, especially in the world that we live in today. So don't ever stop doing that. Always be who you are today. But we have, as I mentioned before in the speech that took way too long, is that we're on the YouTube channel. So if there's any of your family and friends that couldn't be here tonight, you can go and get on YouTube and watch this recording of this meeting and show them how awesome that you are and how much you love your friends. But we would also like for you to have your picture taken with me and the chief and the council. And we're going to take the picture. It's going to be all over our social media and in the local newspaper. Awesome. We're going to have you in the newspaper. So if you will take your backpack and give it to one of your family members to hold for you for a moment. And then we're all going to go out into the rotunda here to take pictures, and we want you to hold up your certificate. And then family members, come on out with us, and you can take all the pictures that you want. Okay? Thank you so much. And congratulations to both of you, Manuel and Gage.
The room cleared out.
We're just going to wait a minute or two for Councilman McCall to come back. All right, we'll move on to our next item, which is the public comment period. This is the time for the public to address the council. We ask that you state your name into the mic. You keep your comments to 3 minutes or less, and then you sign the paper over by Michelle and Loretta. The time is now the public's. Seeing no one come forward, I will close the public comment period and we'll move on to item 6, which is Resolution 2024-11, a resolution of the Tooele City Council consenting to the mayor's appointment of Rebecca Peterson to the Tooele Valley Museum Advisory Board, presented by Darwin Cook, the Parks and Recreation Director.
Good evening, council. Thank you. So our museum board consists of, or can consist of anywhere between 7 to 14 members, 14 board members, and the board members serve for about 3 years. So it's at this time that we're trying to fill a couple vacancies on the board, and we're bringing one to you, but we'll probably bring some others in the near future as well. But we'd like to present, and we're recommending Rebecca Peterson to the Tooele Valley Museum Advisory Board, and it is anticipated that she'll be serving for 3 years. So we're presenting that. In your packet, there was a recommendation. She was interviewed and is very excited to serve on the board, and reached out. And as most of our board appointments go, we're actually posting them through our applicant pro. And she filled out the application and is very interested in serving on the board with the rest of the board members and a couple of you, I believe. Any questions?
I know Rebecca, she's great, so.
Yeah, she's fantastic. She's
I'm
very
excited for her.
Very excited, actually.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve Resolution 2024-11, consenting to the mayor's appointment of Rebecca Peterson to the Tooele Valley Museum Advisory Board.
Second.
We have a motion from Councilwoman Manzio and a second from Councilman McCall. We'll take it to a vote. Councilman McCall?
Aye.
Councilman Hanson? Aye. Councilwoman Goches?
Aye.
Councilwoman Manzione?
Aye.
I'm Councilman Brady. I also vote aye. That passes 5-0. Item 7 is Resolution 2024-12, a resolution of the Tooele City Council consenting to the mayor's appointment of Virginia Hooper to the Tooele City Tree Advisory Board, presented by Darwin Cook.
Yeah, council, as the mayor had stated in her address, her State of the City address, that we formed a Tooele Tree Advisory Board, and that consists of 5 members and then a board director and a council member representative. And Chairman Brady and myself serve on that board with the 5 at-large public board members. One of our board members that was assigned to the board had to resign due to another commitment that is taking his time, and so we've submitted the name of oh my gosh,
Hooper.
where are we at here?
Virginia Hooper?
Virginia, yeah. Hooper, right?
Yeah.
Almost like I'm looking at the wrong thing, but what?
It's number 7 on the agenda.
Right. And so she'll be taking Ben Clayton's spot and will actually fulfill the rest of his term. And I did notice before I came up that we actually on your that's why, because I brought the wrong page. Oh no, I didn't. On the board advisory appointments, we actually have her the year marked wrong on there. It's 2025, not 2005.
2005.
She can't travel back in time. Is that what
Yeah,
you're
back in time. Even before the tree board was formed, so it will actually be to December 31st of 2025. And then with all of our boards, we, if the board member's willing to continue, we invite them to continue as well. So, and just a little history on Virginia. She's actually a landscape architect. She does work in Salt Lake, but she's very passionate about design and of landscape areas, and I think it'll bring we have a couple tree arborists on our, certified tree arborists on our board, and I think she'll just bring a little added guidance as we continue planting trees and developing our, our tree program and helping identify just areas that the city can go to improve our tree city designation. So.
Is she a tree arborist?
What's that?
She's a
Is she an
landscape
arborist?
architect.
Just a landscape?
She's a landscape architect.
I know Virginia Hooper. She's very passionate.
Yes.
Well, that's a mark against her right there.
She'll be great.
Any other questions or comments from the council? Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve Resolution 2024-12, a resolution of Tooele City Council consenting to mayor's appointment of Virginia Hooper to the Tooele City Tree Advisory Board. I did say that right, Hooper?
I'll second it.
We have a motion from Councilman McCall, a second from Councilman Hanson. We'll take it to a vote. Councilwoman Manzione?
Aye.
Councilwoman Goches?
Aye.
Councilman Hanson?
Aye.
Councilman McCall?
Aye.
I'm Councilman Brady. I also vote aye. That
Thank you,
passes
Council.
5-0. Thanks, Darwin.
Turn my microphone off. I just wanted to thank these people who do serve there. They serve on these boards as volunteers, but they're very professional, and we just really do appreciate their service. So thank you.
Thank you. Item 8 is Resolution 2024-03, a resolution of the Tooele City Council amending the Tooele City fee schedule for the Tooele City Public Library regarding faxing, interlibrary loans, and book replacement, presented by Chase Randall, the library director.
Good evening, council. It's good to be in front of you again. I don't get to come up out here as often as other departments of the city. Before I jump into this resolution, just to kind of give you a little bit of an update of the stats that the mayor brought up in her State of the City. This last quarter 4 of 2023, we had 144,127 items checked out. And then when we do our annual inventory over Thanksgiving, we call it Scansgiving. And we do an annual inventory. And this year, we had 35% of our collection checked out. So, and that's 10% up from last year. So 10% more of our collection was out in the community. And we've even, in the last 7 months, we've added over 1,000 new library cards. We average about 143 new library cards a month during that last quarter, and we're currently at 12,361 active library card holders. And during the last quarter 4 of 2023, we had 34,655 library visits. So we're continuing to rock and roll. And another big thing that we've done starting this last January 9th is we've launched a new TV and movie streaming service that patrons can use their library card to be able to stream movies and TV using their library card. So
I got the app.
Yes, on the app and on the web browser. So it's pretty nice for those patrons who maybe, as streaming services keep upping their costs, now it's another way for patrons to access that. Diving into the proposed changes to the fee schedule, just to kind of give you a little more detail on these proposed changes. The first change is the interlibrary loan cost, just raising that from $3 to $5. What that is basically if a patron requests a book that maybe is out of print, older, or very expensive, we offer the option that we participate in an interlibrary loan where we can then reach out to like a Salt Lake City library or other big libraries that might have that book, and they can send it in the mail. The patron checks it out for a month, and then we return it. This fee change is just to reflect the increased postage costs. The last time this fee was adjusted was all the way back in 2013. And we've had a decent amount of inflation since then. So that's the purpose of that fee change, is to help cover that cost of postage. The second change is that adding the $30 attorney letter fee to the fee schedule. This has been a long-standing practice, and this is just formalizing it, that essentially if a patron doesn't return an item, and after 14 days, we then send them a notice and saying, hey, please return this item, or if it's been damaged or broken or destroyed, pay for the cost of the item. If they then don't respond to our notice, we then reach out and refer them to the city attorney's office, where they then send a more stern letter saying that that needs to be taken care of, and we add a $30 fee to help cover that cost of the administrative work on that. It's been a long-standing practice. This is just adding it to the fee schedule so it's 100% transparent. And the third big thing is a project I've been working on for a couple of months in the community is we're wanting to add faxing services. So we've noticed, especially I noticed that local businesses have some of them have stopped offering faxing services, and this is meant to help with patrons who come in and maybe need to fax something for government or medical purposes or whatever reason. We're doing 50 cents per page to both send or receive a fax. This is just to help ensure that we cover the cost of the service that we're providing, as well as to ensure we're not undercutting local businesses that might still offer faxing services. We, based on survey of library staff and my own personal experience, we do have people coming in maybe about once or twice a week that are still asking for faxing services, especially around tax time. We get a little jump there, and this just helped to kind of round out the services that the library offers. So be happy to answer any questions you might have at this time.
How often are you having like the interlibrary loan? Is it like once a month or?
It's once or twice a month. It depends. It's not super frequent, but it's about once or twice a month is a good rounding up of what it. Sometimes we go a whole month or two with nothing, and then we'll have several the next month, stuff like that. But generally, that's about accurate.
Okay.
The Salt Lake City library card used to be a little bit more affordable for out of city residents too, and they just almost doubled their cost. So it might actually increase if people don't want to go get that Salt Lake card.
That is true. We only charge $30 a year, and I've noticed, Salt Lake County is like getting up to like $200 a year. So we're very affordable still.
Okay. Any other questions, comments? Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve Resolution 2024-03, a resolution of the Tooele City Council amending the Tooele City fee schedule for the Tooele City Public Library regarding faxing, interlibrary loans, and book replacement.
Second.
We have a motion from Councilman Hanson, a second from Councilman McCall. We'll take it to a vote. Councilman McCall?
Aye.
Councilman Hanson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Goches?
Aye.
Councilwoman Manzione?
Aye.
I'm Councilman Brady. I also vote aye. That passes 5-0. Item 9 is Resolution 2024-09, a resolution of the Tooele City Council approving and ratifying an agreement with CMT Technical Services for materials testing services associated with Fire Station Number 3, presented by Paul Hanson, the city engineer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As you're all aware, and the mayor has indicated, Fire Station Number 3 is progressing quite well. We're required to provide third-party materials testing for soils, concrete, rebar, and the various aspects of the project to ensure that the project meets the designer specifications and we get what we're paying for. This contract would formalize an agreement with CMT Technical Services, actually ratifying an agreement for the services that they began about 2 months ago on the project. They were selected based on solicitation of proposals from 4 separate firms. When Big D and the city looked at them, they felt that CMT was the best qualified based on the unit prices for the tests and based upon their positive experience on other projects of a similar nature. The contract amount that we're proposing to you is $68,017. That is a not to exceed. We don't anticipate reaching that level. But that's the amount in their proposal. They'll only be invoiced, and we'll compensate them based on the actual number of tests that they perform and complete to date.
Any questions or comments? I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve Resolution 2024-09, a resolution of the Tooele City Council approving and ratifying an agreement with CMT Technical Services for materials testing services associated with Fire Station Number 3.
I'll second.
We have a motion from Councilwoman Goches and a second from Councilwoman Manzione. We'll take it to a vote. Councilwoman Manzione?
Aye.
Councilwoman Goches?
Aye.
Councilman Hanson?
Aye.
Councilman McCall?
Aye.
And Councilman Brady, I also vote aye. That
Fire
passes
station's looking
5-0.
good.
It is. I just drove by today. Looks great.
Quick.
Item 10 is Resolution 2024-14, a resolution of the Tooele City Council approving an agreement with Ensign Engineering for design of the 2400 North roadway and Middle Canyon Channel crossing adjacent to the new Deseret Peak High School, presented by Paul Hanson.
Thank you. As you're all aware, another project that's going up very rapidly in the city is the new Deseret Peak High School, located between 2000 and 2400 North behind the Home Depot facility. As the council is aware, one of the items that we've been very concerned with the development of that school is a secondary road in and out of the project. We've been working for many, many months with the adjacent property owners and with the school district, and the city was able to secure some additional funding through the Tooele County Council of Governments to go towards the construction of 2400 North. That money will actually be turned over to the school district mayor, as I believe it, by invoice for completion of the project to help get that road in place. One of the items, however, that's key for the completion of that roadway is the Middle Canyon Channel crossing. At that part in the city, it's not significantly deep, but nonetheless, it is a FEMA-mapped channel, which requires some modification and improvements. The city is proposing that we enter into an agreement with Ensign Engineering to help in the design and the permitting of that FEMA crossing. The reason we went to Ensign Engineering is because they have significant relevant experience with similar permits all along Middle Canyon Creek, and they also represent and work with the property owners in the area. So we felt it would be a good way to make sure that we were including the interests of not only the city, but property owners in getting the best value for the city. So this proposal that's before you is in the amount of $39,850. And it's our recommendation that we would take that from the county funds that were allocated to the city for this project. So we would not use any other city funds on this. And then the balance would be put towards the construction of the road. The amount of that contract, again, is $39,850.
Once this is done, is that when the road can actually be built? Like, this is one
Yes.
of the things stopping it from being built? Or?
Yes. Yeah, we're also, part of this is to secure the right-of-way. The north half of the right, well, there's actually two property owners on the north half. Home Depot, we're not quite sure why, but they own a segment of the north half of 2400 that Jared Stewart has reached out to them to see if they'd be willing to dedicate or make that available for the road. But then also Perry Commercial owns the other. And so part of this proposal would be to prepare the deeds so that Perry can donate that to the city. And they're not requiring the city to pay any money for that roadway because they see the benefit to them as a property owner.
Thank you. That will be a great benefit to
Yeah.
the city
Yeah.
once
Yes.
this road
And then
starts.
we won't be improving the far side of the road. We'll only be improving the school side, the 30-foot of asphalt with this project and the crossing.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion to approve Resolution 2024-14, a resolution of the Tooele City Council approving an agreement with Ensign Engineering for design of the 2400 North roadway and Middle Canyon Channel crossing adjacent to the new Deseret Peak High School.
I'll second.
A motion from Councilwoman Goches, a second from Councilman Hanson. We'll take it to a vote. Councilman McCall?
Aye.
Councilman Hanson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Goches?
Aye.
Councilwoman Manzione?
Aye.
And Councilman Brady, I also vote aye.
Thank you, council.
Thank you.
Thanks, Paul.
That passes 5-0. Item 11 is Resolution 2024-10, a resolution of the Tooele City Council amending the Tooele City fee schedule regarding public infrastructure districts, presented by Jared Stewart, the Economic Development Director.
Good evening, council. Thank you. This resolution, let me make sure I got the right one up here, is in regards to public infrastructure districts, which we created a policy through the city council more than a year ago, I believe, that kind of set up this process whereby a property owner or a group who is developing could utilize this to fund infrastructure improvements. It essentially lets them bond against the future property tax of the property and impose a tax, an extra tax on that property. So you're essentially bonding to and taxing yourself to pay for infrastructure up front. So what we neglected to do as we created that policy was to create a fee associated with that. When a group wants to apply for a public infrastructure district, it has to be approved through the city according to this policy. And part of that says that they'll pay the associated fee, and then we didn't add any fee at the time to our fee schedule. So this is adding that to the fee schedule. And what we did was we calculated the staff time that it would take to review this, and we kind of estimated what that might cost. And we looked at other communities to see what they were charging as well, and that's how we came up with this fee. So it would be a $1,000 fee for the initial review of the letter of intent and initial application, and then a second $1,000 fee when the governing documents are submitted, and that's it. Happy to answer any questions.
Any questions or comments?
Just a comment that it's nice that we can have this and that the PID costs are paid for by the user, and so it's not imposed by taxpayers, and that's a benefit, that, it'll enable development where typical conditions, might not allow that in construction, so it's a good thing.
Yeah,
So
and
thank you.
important to that policy is that we didn't allow it to be used for residential developments. So that can't get passed on then to homeowners, right? It's all commercial or industrial or non-residential uses, so, yeah.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion that we approve Resolution 2024-10, a resolution of the Tooele City Council amending the Tooele City fee schedule regarding public infrastructure districts.
I'll second. Oh, sorry.
We have a motion from Councilwoman Manzio and a second from Councilwoman Goches. We'll take it to a vote. Councilwoman Manzio?
Aye.
Councilwoman Goches?
Aye.
Councilman Hanson?
Aye.
Councilman McCall?
Aye.
And Councilman Brady, I also vote aye. That passes 5-0. Item 12 is a resolution 2024-13, a resolution of the Tooele City Council authorizing payment of fee in lieu of water rights conveyance for Granite Credit Union, presented by Jared Stewart.
Thank you, Council. Granite Credit Union is proposing to purchase property near Home Depot. They're looking to purchase this property and construct a credit union, of course. Their square footage would be a 2,600 square foot credit union with a property value of $910,000 is what they estimate. Would create 5 full-time equivalent jobs. And one thing that I mentioned in our last meeting, I'll just reiterate too, is Granite Credit Union began with the purpose of serving employees of Granite School District. And they hope to continue their legacy of serving educators through teacher grants, financial literacy classes, and scholarships to students. So that's a little background on them. They're requesting 0.75 acre feet, which, as I mentioned earlier, is larger than they will likely need based on our estimates, but gives them a little cushion so they don't have to come back. And that will be fully evaluated at the time of their building permit, so it's accurate to what their need actually is.
Okay, we talked about this in our work meeting. Any questions or comments since then? Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion we approve Resolution 2024-13, a resolution of Tooele City Council authorizing payment of a fee in lieu of water right conveyance for Granite Credit Union.
I'll second.
We have a motion from Councilman McCall, a second from Councilman Hanson. We'll take it to a vote. Councilman McCall?
Aye.
Councilman Hanson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Goches?
Aye.
Councilwoman Manzione?
Aye.
And Councilman Brady, I also vote aye. Thanks, Jared.
Thank you.
That passes 5-0. Item 13 is Resolution 2024-15, a resolution of the Tooele City Council approving an agreement with Creative Signs and Graphics for construction of a new digital sign at Veterans Memorial Park, presented by Darwin Cook, the Parks and Recreation Director.
Yes, as many of you know, we have had a digital sign in the corner there on Vine and Main Street there at the corner of the park. Due to aging and then also just advancement in software, it's become unusable now. We can no longer upload messages to the sign. And so it's recommended that we replace the sign. The mayor and staff did put this in the budget that was approved this year for the replacement of the sign. And we did send out a formal bid to receive proposals for replacing the sign, and in your packet you have the bid results. We did receive 4 responsive bidders. Creative Signs was the lowest bid, and all of the bidders that submitted a bid in the for the proposal met all the requirements for the project. They're all capable of doing it, and also to the level that we're requesting that it be done, the removal of the sign and the placement of the new sign. The software, cloud-based software, so we'll be able to control the sign from pretty much anywhere where you have internet. There are a few parts of this project that our staff will take care of just because of the property and the unique situation, but for the most part, it is a turnkey project, and we'll end up with a new sign. And the low bid from Creative Signs was $44,753.49.
The new sign's in a little bit different location, right? Not
Yeah,
much,
so
but
it's not
back a little
right exactly in the same spot. It'll be a little bit more to the west and a little bit back a couple feet is all. Part of that's to meet some of the sign ordinance, but then also to make it more visible too. Since 1995, when the original sign was put in, UDOT has since put in stoplight posts that's kind of right in front of our current sign. So,
All right, any other questions or comments? I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion we approve Resolution 2024-15, a resolution of the Tooele City Council approving an agreement with Creative Signs and Graphics for construction of a new digital sign at Veterans Memorial Park.
I'll second.
We have a motion from Councilman Hanson, a second from Councilwoman Goches. We'll take it to a vote. Councilwoman Manzione?
Aye.
Councilwoman Goches?
Aye.
Councilman Hanson?
Aye.
Councilman McCall?
Aye.
I'm Councilman Brady. I also vote aye. That
Thank you,
passes
Council.
5-0. Thank you. Item 14 is Resolution 2024-16, a resolution of the Tooele City Council approving an agreement with SKM for SCADA system upgrades at various city wells, presented by Jamie Grandpré, the Public Works Director. I couldn't see you over there because that planter. I was like, I think it's Jamie presenting.
I was hiding from Dave.
We found you.
That tells me, that alone tells me he's getting ready to bring something on us here.
So, probably the biggest one of the night. So, Resolution 2024-16, SCADA system upgrades for the culinary water SCADA system. I've been in front of you before for some SCADA system upgrades at our culinary water system, and I'm back for some more. Seems like it's going to be an ongoing yearly effort for the next few years to get us caught up. With this proposal that we received from SKM, we have some tasks to replace radios at the rodeo well, the well 6, well 13, and well 8, and upgrade the Allen Bradley PLC and remove the SCADA Pack PLC at Canyon Rim Booster. That's the only items that we have in this resolution, in this agreement. It's with SKM, who is our current SCADA system integrator. They have supplied a bid of $83,144 to do those services.
Okay, any
And
questions?
so,
Oh, sorry.
Really quick. I know Councilman Hanson will probably ask where the funds are allocated. It's in the Water Department budget.
Yeah, I knew I was going to ask you, where's the money coming from?
We have the SCADA system, with our water department and all of our wells and boosters and whatnot. We do have several SCADA items that are going to take some time to get replaced. And we don't always have the budget every year to get all of that done, and so we are kind of doing it ongoing over the next few years. And so this will kind of use up the rest of our budget funding for SCADA to get these tasks completed, and requesting funds in the next year's budget to keep moving, to get things where they need to be. A lot of this is to get us on board for when fiber is finally installed to most of our facilities, and so that our SCADA system can use the fiber network, because it's old enough that it won't know what fiber is. So, yeah. So with that's my presentation for this evening, and I can answer any questions if I haven't already.
You already got it.
So a lot of these wells are using, it says cell modems installed like last year, and then they're just not reliable, right, for very long? Is that what, it says well 13, this well started struggling on radio a couple years ago, and a cell modem was installed to try and get some reliability.
Yeah, so one of the other issues that we've had with our SCADA system, it's all radio right now. It's all radio-based, so it all communicates via radio. We eventually want to get that switched over to fiber when fiber is available. We have a lot of our towers, and the way our SCADA system communicates with each other is just, frequency, the radio waves throughout town. A lot of building and construction has kind of taken over our radio system. And so we've done some upgrades to try to get the radio system to work and to keep the SCADA system going without it kind of going out. And so they've done some modems, some temporary modems and whatnot to keep that SCADA system going. That was just a temporary fix until we got some of this other stuff in play that we can kind of get things fixed. And this is still even doing radios, it's still temporary because we do want to get to the fiber, but we still got to keep the system going until fiber is there.
Hopefully that's soon.
Yeah, when do you anticipate the fiber being there?
End of next year, before it's to everywhere, because we got to go with the SCADA system. I've got to have it pretty much everywhere. However, there are some PLCs that are still old that need to be upgraded, and so for the system, for the fiber to work well for us, we need to have it throughout the whole town and then get it connected and get it functioning the way it needs to be. We're still communicating off of City Hall, which now we're not anymore. We were communicating off of City Hall, and that's been moved to the police station. It was a better tower over there and better communications, so we've done some upgrades that way. Radio is always going to be a backup plan, because if fiber goes out or whatnot, we still have the capability of still communicating as much as we can. It's better to have SCADA knowing where our tank levels are at instead of us trying to keep an eye on them.
Okay.
One more question.
Yeah.
If that's okay, Jamie. I just wondered, are we tied into the Tooele County emergency response with this, or will we be? Or is this just a standalone for
This
city
is kind of a
responsibility?
standalone. Yeah, it's kind of a standalone system. It's not tied into anything. We like to kind of keep it standalone, as it's better for keeping it safe, especially for culinary water, wastewater. Having a standalone system keeps it safer and keeps it away from the hackers as much as we can, especially in this day and age. And so, so it's really not tied off to any other systems.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions? I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve 2024. You notice I didn't even comment today. -16, a resolution of Tooele City Council approving an agreement with SKM for the SCADA systems upgrade with various city wells.
I'll second.
We have a motion from Councilman McCall, a second from Councilman Hanson. We'll take it to a vote. Councilman McCall?
Aye.
Councilman Hanson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Goches?
Aye.
Councilwoman Manzione?
Aye.
I'm Councilman Brady. I also vote aye. That passes 5-0.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jamie. Item 15 is invoices and purchase orders presented by Michelle Pitt, the city recorder.
Thank you. We just have one tonight. It's to Lens Lock, and it's for the police department's body cameras. And it's for the amount of $40,760. And it's going to be broken up in 16,000 of it will be covered by the ADF grant, and then the remaining 24,000 will be covered by the beer tax grant.
Okay, any questions? I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the invoices.
Second.
Motion from Councilwoman Manzione. We'll say Councilman McCall is who I heard first, so we'll take it to a vote. Councilwoman Manzione.
Aye.
Councilwoman Goches.
Aye.
Councilman Hanson.
Aye.
Councilman McCall.
Aye.
And Councilman Brady also vote aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 16 is our minutes from the January 12th, 2024 budget meeting, January 17th, 2024 work meeting, and January 17th, 2024 business meeting. Any changes? I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion, we approve the minutes for them 3 meetings.
Second.
We have a motion from Councilman Hanson, a second from Councilman McCall. We'll take it to a vote. Councilwoman Manzione.
Aye.
Councilwoman Goches.
Aye.
Councilman Hanson.
Aye.
Councilman McCall.
Aye.
And Councilman Brady. I also vote aye. Item 17 is to adjourn at 8:16 PM.